one thing. Price of the brick going up.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Why you looking so hard? You worried about the wrong play, man. Go look in the mirror. Dust. You on my page before you brush your teeth. You stuck in my ground while I'm in the streets. You worrying about my bag, worrying about my wins. You ain't worrying about your pockets looking paper thin. Look at you, man, mustard, can't be trusted. Hating on my shine cause your whole life busted. You could be doing so much if you looked at you, but you rather look at me. That's the bum in you. You complaining about the work that I got in the vault, but you ain't willing to undo it. That's your own damn fault. I'm not sorry, I don't care, I don't feel no pity. You a clown in the suburbs, I'm the man of the city. You looking through my window with a greedy eye, instead of in the mirror asking who am I? You a hater, you a watch, you a non-starter. While I'm climbing up the charts, yeah, I'm going harder. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You worry about my downfall, that's why your vision ain't clear. You're dusty. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You could be winning too, bro, winning too, but you rather be a failure. I don't feel you, I don't see you, I don't hear you. You just a gnat in my ear, I just brush you off. You just mad cause I'm the boss and you looking soft. You ain't willing to do the work that I've done. I was up at 4 a.m., you was having fun. I was 72 hours fasting, getting my mind right. You was on the timeline, starting up a new fight, but the fight ain't with me. Man, the fight is with yourself. You could have the same damn drive, you could have the wealth, but you rather be a critic, you rather be a troll. While I'm knocking down goals at the Super Bowl. I don't feel no pity, I don't feel remorse that you chose to stay with you while I'm a damn horse. This a race and you ain't even at the starting line. Too busy drawing pictures of my finish line. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You worried about my downfall, that's why your vision ain't clear. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You could be winning too, bro, winning too, but you rather be a failure. Let's get it. My focus is on growth, my focus is on winning. My focus is on the next chapter, just beginning. I'm too busy, man, my calendar is packed. I'm too busy building up, I'm too busy building stack. I'm coaching up the team, I'm on the max, I'm on the string. I'm building in the world, I'm living out the dream. And you are not a factor, you are not a threat. You were just a bad investment, you were bad. I'm not sorry for you, I'm not sorry for the facts that I'm out here running up the score to the max. I don't see you, you are invisible to me, cause I'm everything you're jealous of, scared of me. Real talk, if you took a little time and focus on your own success instead of on my damn downfall, you wouldn't be so dusty. Ha. Maybe you should try it if you wanna win, but you won't. Get a life, man. Stop watching mine. Go get some money.
What's good? What's good? What's good, everyone? Hopefully everyone is having a phenomenal day. I am SpeechCoach Ralph. We are engineered to win. Let me go ahead and fix up this chat over here on my side so that we can have a very good time happening. All right, so we have, make sure my chat is working. Let's go over to here. And let's do chat messages. And I'm going to send a test message real quick to make sure everything is on the up and up. Let me go to, where are we at? type in here anymore. Let me go to here, and we're gonna say, howdy everyone. Make sure that pops up for me. Look at that. Look at that. We got my little soldier walking across the screen right there. Shout out to ML. Let me get the right name. Let me get it. Is it ML Tech? MML Tech? Let me see. At MML Tech, who graciously sent me my chat companion. You see my little figurines walking across the street. How you like those? I am so excited to have this chat be a lot more interactive with you guys. We have that chat working on my end. Let me see. Let me try the other one. Let me see. How is everyone doing? Let's do that one too. We are good to go. We are good to go. Full screen. On the mobile though, it will be walking across the screen. Your message will be showing throughout the show so that you can be part of the show, get your name seen, be interactive, all of that good stuff. Let's go out there and get it.
Let's get it.
We have an awesome show lined up for us today. We're going to continue working on pushing the speech app into testing mode on Android. Last week, we went ahead and we loaded the dashboard into DigitalOcean. It's working fine as expected. Now we're going to be working on selecting our app icon. We're going to be talking about pricing for the app, researching how we're going to do that. So we're going to look into pricing. We're going to choose the icon and we're going to go from there. We are going to go from there. That is the goal. That is the goal. Look at what up, Rod Brown. We got Rod Brown. We're walking across my screen. The beloved brother himself. Look at that. What is he holding there? Is it an M6? Is Rod Brown holding an M16? Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyhow. Let's get into the show, right? So before we get to working and talking about our icebreaker, I got a really interesting icebreaker for you as well. Vibe coding horror stories. Before we get into any of that, I am going to take care of some housekeeping. First and foremost, shout out to all. Shout out to everyone who has subscribed to the channel, helping us grow, helping us get this tech message out. The way that we do trial and error, always trying to figure things out. That is the goal. That is what we do here. We are here to win. So to everyone, I just have to let you know that I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Shout out to my tech barbarians. We had such an amazing vibe coding show yesterday. It was a crazy vibe coding show, right? First, Junior showed us what he updated for his photography app, and it's going really well. And Junior shared, which that's gonna be the part that I cut from the vibe coding show to post that this week or maybe early next week. But how he wants to show us that you can build a full app totally for free, that is customizable and all that type of stuff. So I'm going to be cutting that up. I'm going to post it at TechCoach.dev. So tune in over there. And then we had an amazing conversation, Junior, Magnetar, myself, and the beloved brother Rod Brown himself. A great conversation. But that part, you had to be there live. You had to be there live for that conversation because it went in many different directions. But it was really good. I enjoyed it. And in the meantime, while they were talking, and I was jumping in every now and then, I was working on getting this little speech or chat companion app so that you guys can be a part of my show, a part of my show, because I love you guys that much. I love you guys just that much. Aww. All right. So to every last one of you, we are the very, very best. And to my tech mercenaries, let's keep doing it. Let's keep working so hard day in and day out. Let's go out there, continue to get it. All right. So to everyone, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
We are the best.
We the best.
And let's go out there and get it.
Let's get it.
See, I thought I had customized this tool not to show Nightbot, but it is what it is. Nightbot, you're welcome here. I'll try to work on it later as well to see if I can get that off, but why not? Why not? Everyone's a part of the crew. All right. Quick announcements tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to be having a episode of Candid Conversation. I am going to be talking to you. What am I talking about tomorrow in Candid Conversation? It's been a really busy weekend. I am talking to you guys about, all right, so tomorrow's going to be a good one. If all of these fear-mongering CEOs keep telling you that there's going to be no more software developers, no more tech jobs in 12 to 18 months, 6 to 12 months, depending on which fear-mongering CEO you're listening to, why are we waiting for our demise? Why don't we just quit right now? That's going to be the conversation for tomorrow, noon Eastern time. Join me and let's have some fun. All right. We're going to be going live on Tuesday night. We're going to be continuing to work on the Tech Barbarians coaching portal mobile app, however you put that in there. That's going to be the goal for tomorrow. All right, for Tuesday. So that is all, everything that we have upcoming. You guys know Wednesday, software explorations, concept and overviews. Thursday, we're going to be working on QA and cloud code and all that. And then Friday, the bug bite, so forth and so on. All right, that is everything. I am going to check the chat to see who I have running. Who is running across my screen? Get off my lawn, all right? Let me see who we got here. All right, so we have the beloved brother himself, Rod Brown. What's good, Rod Brown? How are you doing? Hopefully everything is going absolutely phenomenal. And Rod Brown says, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, what am I holding over there? I don't know. Oh, looks like an M16 to me. We got NC Worker in the building. What's up, NC Worker? How is it going? Hopefully you are having a phenomenal day. All right, you know what? I need to, because of this, see, you guys can't see where my mouse is, but because the logo on the chat is, I need to see if I can move it to the right side, because it kind of like, I'll figure that out. There's so many, like, it's like when you're working on this stuff, you see something right there in front of you and you're like, what should I could adjust. Like, we're always tinkering, and that's how we get better. That is how we get better. We have Illest. Let's go with Illest. We got Illest in the building. What's up, Illest? How are you doing? Hopefully you are doing phenomenal. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. All right, here's what we're gonna do. On the mobile, you'll still be seeing the little figurines walk around, but we're going to jump into our first icebreaker for tonight. So let me go over to, by the way, before I even jump into that, do you see how I got, if you're on the mobile, I have lower thirds on the mobile as well. Look at that. Lower thirds on the mobile, lower thirds. I'm telling you, I've been working this weekend. I have been working. Shout out. You know, I almost forgot to do it. I got to drop MML Tech's channel in the chat, because he gave me these fire plugins, and I am living it up. I am living it up. So if you have not done so already, do me a big favor. Go and subscribe to MML Tech. MML Tech, he creates amazing YouTube or OBS plugins. They integrate with YouTube, but OBS plugins where you can do whatever the hell you want with those. All right, so do me a favor, subscribe to MML Tech. Check out, especially if you're an OBS user, check out all the cool features that he has. I'm going to be reviewing / creating a semi-tutorial on how to install one of his plugins on a Mac, because he is not on a Mac, so I'm going to help out that way. But that is what we do. And yes, I can see you, Illis. Yes, I can see you. Welcome. How are you doing today? All right, so let me get this in. We're going to do it again. So we're going to share a vibe coding horror story. Yes, a vibe coding horror story. I found this one on Reddit. Let's take a look at this right here, right? So it says, so this person said, I just watched a founder lose 3 weeks of user data and the demo is tomorrow.
Do not come.
So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Let's see what happened in this situation. So yesterday, a friend called me. So founder is the CEO, right? Yesterday, a friend called me in panic. Yes, in panic. His MVP stands for minimum viable product, not most valuable player, but in the tech space, minimum viable product, went down at 2 a.m. Now, why were you messing with it at 2 a.m. is the question. No backups, no rollback plan. Investor demo is in 10 hours. He spent the night rewriting user data by hand from Stripe emails. My God. The demo still failed because half the features broke when he pushed a quick fix. I've seen this story repeat every month. Once you have real users, downtime isn't just a bug, it's a trust fire. Here's what we do now to sleep better. Freeze a working version tag every Friday. And this is in the Lovable subreddit as well, right? Freeze a working version tag every Friday. We name it like V2025 week 22. So version 2025 week 22. If Monday goes sideways, we redeploy that tag in 3 clicks, no thinking. So See, now here's the problem that I have though. It's my understanding that Supabase does backups, right? So let me see. Does Supabase do automatic backups? Supabase offers automatic daily backups for all pro, team, and enterprise plan projects. These automated snapshots allow for restoration in case of data loss. However, the free plan does not include automated backups. The storage API objects are not included in the database backup. Point in time recovery. So does it offer it or does it? All right. They offer it, but do they do it is the question. Do you have to set up automatic backups at Supabase or do they just do it? Supabase provides automatic daily backups, but they are not enabled by default on all plans and require a paid subscription for automated convenience. Pro, team, and enterprise plans feature automated daily backups, whereas a free plan does not include automated backups, including requiring manual backups or third-party tools. So do you have, it didn't really answer my question, but I'm definitely going to check that out to make sure I have my automatic backups turned on. Anyway, let's continue. So freeze a working version tag every Friday. We name it like, all right, we read that. Keep a second database that lags 6 hours behind. We call it time machine. If someone deletes the wrong table, we still have breakfast to copy rows back. Cost $8 a month, cheaper than one support ticket. Fair. Especially like if you're trying to get investors and stuff, you better get that right. Write a one-line rollback script before any deploy. Literally echo git revert abc123 and npm run build and deploy in a text file. See me, I'm not as concerned about the branch as much as I'd be concerned about the data in the database, because that is the key. You can always get your code back, whatever. But if the data is not there, then you are out of luck.
The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
It's true. It's true. All right. Says test the rollback on staging first. Once we revert a commit that broke login even worse, now we replay last 10 user events on staging after revert. Takes 4 minutes, saves 4 days. Snapshot your prod database before big changes. That is true. We use the cheap snapshot button in render. 10 seconds. We keep rolling snapshots. Oldest auto deletes, 0 maintenance. Put a big red button in your admin panel that switches traffic to a static maintenance page. Investors prefer we are updating over 500 errors. That's a fact. Ours is a simple Cloudflare rule. No code deploy needed. Log every destructive query. We send a Slack message with the SQL and who ran it. Sounds noisy until you see update Update users set plan equals no at 3 a.m. Peer review saves egos. Keep a tiny clone of prod on your laptop. I can boot the whole app offline in Docker. That's very good. When prod explodes, I compare local versus prod logs side by side. Find the bug 30 minutes faster. Got it. All right. Share on. So, I mean, this right here is if they have. All right. So share on-call phone with the second founder. Solo founders burn out. We rotate every week. I saw the word romantic, so I want to see what they were talking about. Other persons keep the rollback script on their phone notes. Redundancy feels romantic until you need it. That's funny. These small habits feel boring until they save your company. Investors ask about SLAs and backups in every Series A call. Showing a 5-minute recovery video beats 50 slides about architecture. That right there is a fact. If you're passive VPN still deploying straight to prod from your laptop, consider a 29-day rebuild that bakes rollback paths into the core. We did it last year and demos become boring in a good way. What broke your app at the worst possible moment and how did you survive it? Always look for more tricks to steal. So I'm going to say this as well. You have to be very, very, very careful with vibe coding. Because at any given moment, you can lose it all.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Then you're gonna be sounding like
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Having your hands up in the, you're gonna be looking like this. You're gonna be looking like this, right? You're gonna have your hands up on the car window, looking in, bent over like.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
And I don't want that to be you. As if you're like, I know this is in the Lovable subreddit. It doesn't sound like it's a Lovable project, but I'm not entirely sure, right? But if you're using any of these vibe coding tools, you have to be very, very careful. That's why I always advocate read the prompts, read the responses before you just say, I am terrified of just saying, oh, apply all these commands. Just do whatever you want. Always allow, because it's going to come to a point like, oh, I need to delete this and then do that. And you say, oh, go ahead and do it. And then boom, everything's gone. 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Like, oh man. Not cool. Let me see if there's any comments in this, right? Says, move your product out of Lovable, rock it immediately after a front-end after a front-end meets spec. Ooh. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't see. I think the problem with this is, so this person might be a developer, right? But to me, part of the problem is not knowing how to use the tools, because you move it out of Lovable. Now you miss out on the integration with Supabase, the way that Lovable was able to, like, you can guide it how you want it to write your code, and you can also get involved in all of that. So many times people want these tools to do the work for it as opposed to, or do the work for them as opposed to working with it. When you work with it, you're going to have much better success. All right. So let me see one more comment over here. It says, that's it. All right. That's exactly my approach. Nice. What are you using for hosting? I've been building with Cloudflare for DNS. See, but then, so it depends, right? Depends what level you're at. Because if you are at the very beginning and you want to go and get all these hosting and stuff like that, you're looking at $50 a month on different services, while on Lovable, it's like $25. And now they have the Lovable hosting as well. So I don't know. But regardless, I was today years old when I learned about 50% of what you just did. Anyways, that is a vibe coding horror story if you have ever seen one. All right. Anyways, let's go back to here, and let me see if there's anything in the chat before we actually get to our first working segment. Let me see. Where are we? All right, there we go. So we have my guy Junior in the building. What's good, Junior? How are you doing? I saw you walking across my screen on the mobile version because I didn't have it showing because I was reading the stuff. I don't want it to be too distracting when we're actually working. But I saw you walking across the screen, Junior. Let me see. All right. I mean, if you send one right now, we'll see you walk. Let me do it. Let me send one for Junior so he can see it. Send a message, Junior. Let's see who Junior is today as well. Let's see what Junior is holding today. All right. Let me go to. Let me show you this. Watch this. Watch this, Junior. What's up? Watch this, Junior. You're gonna see. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that guy walking across the screen like that. All right. Say it ain't so. It is so. It is so. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Too much fun. Too much fun. I really want to just keep it on throughout all the scenes, but it might get too distracting. I don't know yet. We'll have to talk. All right. I'm going to let you guys vote on it, right? During the first working segment, I'm going to let you guys vote. Do we let it go, the little figurines walk across the entire, all scenes, or do we just have it for when I'm on full screen? All right. So we're going to say, should the soldiers always be on active duty or only on full screen? No rest for the weary. All right, so the options are, should the soldiers always be on active duty, or should they only be on or no rest for the weary, right? I am going to also put that same poll on the mobile version as well, so that we can have a nice comprehensive, well, it's always going to be on for the mobile anyways, but they can answer too. Full screen only, no rest for the weary. All right. So let's go with that. Boom. I'll let you guys decide. I will let you guys decide where they show up. Okay. Let's go ahead. All right. Let's get to work though. Let's get to work. Junior says that's pretty. I told you guys I found it absolutely fascinating. And Rod says, Lord have mercy, Lord help me. So he likes it though. He likes. I told you guys once I saw this, I was like, nah. And here's the cool thing, right? I haven't done it yet, but you can customize the look and feel, like for super chats and member. You see, Rod Brown is a member. I need to use Rod Brown. Probably later to see if a member sends a message, how I can customize it to look different and look cool and stuff like that, right? But that's it. All right, we're gonna go and jump into our first working segment of today. Let me go here, and we're gonna go over to here. So some things that I want to do. I want to research on pricing.
It's time to do.
I want to research on pricing. Like, what should we price the app? So let's go over to our faithful friend Gemini and go over to here. And we are going to say, how can we find out what would be the price to be a good price point for the mobile app for this speech coaching app? Speak precisely we are getting closer. Not loser, we're getting closer to deploying the apps into the mobile store, into the app stores. But we need to determine pricing. And I'm going to use the pro model for this so I can do some additional research. Let me check the status of the poll as well. So far, 100% for no rest for the weary. Okay, I got you guys. I got you. We'll wait till the timer runs off until we drown to see what we're gonna do with that. Let's see. So here's what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna keep a running poll. If no rest for the weary is winning after the first segment, I'm gonna put it on for all the scenes. But then if as the show goes on, there are less people or it switches, we're like, no, it's too distracting, then we're gonna take it off, right? So that we'll figure it out. And I'm gonna add a button to the stream deck so I can control whether it shows or not. All right. So it says getting closer to deployment is a massive milestone. We've been working on this since like November, I think. Pricing an AI product requires a slightly different approach than traditional SaaS because your variable costs scale directly with user engagement. Here's a straightforward strategy to determine the best price point for Speak Precisely. I think what we also want to do is limit how much, like give a usage limit, right? So let's say for free, you get, I don't know, 2 minutes to speak, right? And then for X amount of dollars per month, you get this much time of recording and so forth. So here's a straightforward strategy to determine the best price point for Speak Precisely. Calculate your baseline API costs. With an AI app, unit economics are the absolute foundation. Every time a user records a speech, it costs you compute power. Map out your exact cost for speech to text processing using APIs like DeepGram, Assembly AI, or Open Whisper AI, and the LLM interference tokens required for coaching feedback. Calculate your average anticipated cost per user per month. Establish your hard price floor. Analyze the competitive landscape, looking at the current market for speech and communication apps. Give yourself a realistic target range. Direct AI speech competitor apps like SpeechCoach currently charge $24.99 per month or $89.99 per year for public speaking AI analysis. $24.99 per month or $89.99 per year? That is a totally different that price point is totally out there. Like they don't even relate just a little bit. General communication apps, premium tiers for specialized speech and language tools typically range from $9.99 to $14.99. AI coaching tools, specialized AI coaches and avatars are generally monetized between $10 and $45 per month, depending on the depth and personalization of feedback. So select a strategic SaaS model. Given an immediate value of AI feedback, a few specific models work best for the space. Freemium with usage caps. So that's what I was saying just now, right? I was just saying that. Freemium with usage caps. Offer a basic version for free. For example, analyzing up to 3 minutes of speech per month. So users can experience the aha moment, lock advanced pacing, analytics, filter word tracking, and detailed AI feedback behind the paywall. Okay, I like that. Tier subscription. Create a standard tier for casual users wanting basic feedback, and a premium tier designed for professionals prepping for major presentations with higher minute limit and deeper insights. Credit-based system. If your API costs are highly variable, consider selling blocks of coaching credits or minutes. This protects your profit margins from power users who might practice for several hours a day. Run a real-world alpha test. The most accurate pricing data comes from actual users. Rolling out an early access beta of Speak Precisely to the tech barbarians or your Patreon supporters is a perfect testing ground. You can offer them free or heavily discounted lifetime access in exchange for testing the app and providing honest feedback on its perceived value and what they would realistically pay for it on the open market. Would you like to map out the estimated API cost per user to establish your break even? So let me do this, right? What I'm going to do is I am going to open up WebStorm and I'm going to push the code up to GitHub so Gemini can have access to the code. How did I even get muted? How long have I been muted for? Hold on, let me see. 3:52 for 4 minutes. How did I get muted? I don't even remember pressing the mute button. Was it when I was drinking? Let me see. If the soldiers were walking, he would see. I didn't even see that happen. They haven't muted for a long time. Let me see. How come I didn't see it walking acid in this? Dang. I've been muted for that long? Like 10? Jesus Christ. I don't even remember pressing the mute button. That's the sad part about it. All right. Well, what I was doing was, well, the thing is, the good part is what I was writing was exactly what I was saying. So you got that going for you, but
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I sure did. I sure played. You know what? I'm just gonna quit for the day. I am so embarrassed. I am so, and then the entire 20 minutes. All right, show's over. Show's over. Well, it is what it is. It is. You guys were able to see what I was doing back and forth, but I don't remember pressing the button though. Unless after I took a sip, I never unpressed it. Unless I took a sip while I wasn't muted and then I pressed the mute button because I thought I was muted. God, my God, my God, my God. Oh well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's go to break. Let's go to break. Let's go to break. Let me see where my poll is at. So the poll says that we should have no rest for the weary. Put the soldiers to work. All right, so I'm gonna put the soldiers to work. Let me see what we got in the chat, and then we will. I'll add these to the other scenes. Let me see. Oh my God. Let me see if Rob Brown sent me a message. He sure did. I could not. Rob sent me a big message. You're muted. Hopefully you can see this. Nope. I could not see anything. I was working. So, but whatever. Let me see. Let's see if the soldiers are working. They working all right. They are working. How come I didn't see it walking acid the screen? Well, I need to add it to the other ones. So when I switch screens, I'll add it. It says muted. Yup. You know what, Rod Brown? This is for you.
Why do you have to talk to me like that all the time, right?
I told you I was going to add those. Says, it's not only me, he is muted. Yup.
The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
If the soldiers were walking, he'd see that he was muted. That's true. Says, and his waveform isn't moving. I was in the zone. I was in the zone, you know? I was in the zone. No waveform equals mute. Yep, it failed me. I failed myself. I am disappointed in myself. And here he wanted to make fun of me when I used my stream deck without him. My stream deck's working. All right. Hold up, bro. Hold up. My stream deck was working perfectly fine. My mute has nothing to see. My stream deck is over here and my mute is over here. So they had nothing to do with each other, right? No, I'm not buying. I am not buying it. All right. I am not buying it. Junior, don't encourage him.
How dare you?
Don't encourage him. All right. He's closely into it. Also, I have to get my payback. It says, bro, he's enjoying it without. Oh my God, that is so bad. That is so bad. This must be how deaf people feel when watching TV. Another one for you, Junior.
How dare you?
We got to read lips. Since he wants to treat us like deaf people, he could at least give us the braille at the bottom. You guys, you know what? The chat companion kept you company, okay? Says, we hear that sound though. I told you, see? That entire, oh my God. My goodness.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Enjoy reading our comments. Now I have my payback. I feel good now.
So that was cute.
You know what? That was for you, Rod Broad. Junior, you get one too. You get one too.
So that was cute.
You both get one. You both get one of them. All right. Let's keep the show rolling. Let's keep the show rolling. Let me go ahead and switch to this, and I'm gonna add our little chat friends to the thing. Let's go to here, vertical chat. We're gonna do chat companion. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Let's get rid of that. Remove. Yes. Here. Browser. All right. Boom. I should just make it part of the, let me do this instead. Move that. And let's go to here and drop that right there. Now if I go over here, perfect. All right, cool. We're good. We are good. They should show up all over the place now. They should be everywhere now. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Ginger says, I like Bonnie. She's cute. Look, see? I do what I can. I do what I can. All right. Let's go ahead and get into this break time topic of more Americans are going on mini sabbaticals. What is a mini sabbatical? All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Let's go ahead and take a look at this.
More Americans are avoiding burnout by taking so-called adult gap years or mini-sabbaticals. The Associated Press says more companies are allowing weeks or months. More Americans are avoiding burnout by taking so-called adult gap years or mini-sabbaticals. The Associated Press says more companies are allowing weeks or months of paid or unpaid leave as a way to retain employees. Now, an organization is working to push more employers and employees to embrace extended leaves. The founder of the Sabbatical Project and author of the upcoming book, Big Time Off, The Transformative Power of Sabbaticals and How to Take One, DJ Dodona is here with more on all of that. Hi, DJ. Thanks for coming on.
Happy to be here.
So you say almost half of Americans fail to take all their vacation days, and that wealthy people are least likely to invest in leisure time. Why is that, and how is that changing now?
I think there's a culture that lionizes people running two companies at the same time, sleeping under your desk. But at the end of the day, some of the most creative, interesting companies and breakthroughs happen when you actually take a step away from work.
But the sabbaticals you advocate for go beyond a vacation. And I think it's interesting how you classify them as working holidays, free dives, and quests. Can you explain the difference there and the benefits of each?
Yeah, so what we found in the research is that there's something vastly different around the scale of time off when you are taking 2, 3, 4 months versus just a couple weeks.
So this says working holiday, pursuing a passion project. Okay. Free dives, adventures and periods of rest, quest, life-changing explorations. All right, I'm gonna tell you guys this, right? I'm gonna tell you guys this. I know that I might differ from many of you guys, but for me, vacation equals not doing more stressful stuff. I'm not looking to go into like some other country and that I don't know the language and trying to navigate around, and then I need to find a place to stay, how to get around. It's like, I don't want more stress when I'm supposed to be on vacation, because then it's like you leave one stress to go to another stress. And I'm like, now I'm begging to get back to my original stress because I know how to deal with my original stress.
Weeks on vacation. And what people typically do is some form of swap out achievement in your working life for achievement on your personal side, like become fluent in a foreign language or get a yoga teacher certification. Other people just want to explore. So what's out there? What's like a bucket list thing that you would regret doing before you die? And then other people, this was my sabbatical story, are more kind of inward seekers. So, things like going on a spiritual search might be important to you, but is rarely urgent. So how do you make enough time to actually go on that journey so that you can, live a fulfilling life?
But what about for the business owner? How do you fill that void without replacing someone? And what's in it for the company?
I think this is an issue that's really important in order to make sabbaticals equitable for everybody. But lots of companies, even cultures, make this as a matter of practice. Australia has long service leave for all civil servants. Sweden, you can take 6 months off to try to start a business. And so basically what we see is that if you have a sabbatical policy, employees will leave. But
he said take 6 months off to try to start so I don't know how these other countries handle this type of stuff. And for me, at least inside the United States of America, I think that companies should do and offer whatever benefits that they want. I don't think that you should say, oh, this much PTO is required, this much sabbatical is required. I think if the company wants to offer those as incentives, then by all means go for it. But there should never be a law that says, oh, the companies have to offer this. I don't even like the laws of like, then we can max out at this many hours and stuff like that, because guess what? What if there's people who they don't want the cap. They just want to work,
They'll come back rested, restored, with more creativity. They'll have gotten to focus on things that are important, like family and their personal health. And they come back, usually with more skills and like confidence around, like, this company cares about me as a whole person as opposed to just a worker. And I want to kind of give back and be loyal to them. We went through the same process with parental leave, which the U.S. still lags behind most emerging and developed countries on parental leave. But it's something that if we care about, we can make a policy and make it equitable for everybody.
And you said the word equitable. Travel can be really expensive, especially if you're also pausing your salary to do it. So how do you take a sabbatical if you're not rich?
So, there's a lot of strategies. And first of all, if there are paid sabbatical policies at your company, you don't have to worry about it. There's a lot of nonprofits that fund nonprofit leader sabbaticals. So, the world we're aiming towards, there's no trade-off there. But a lot of people get the same amount of benefit from staying closer to home. So I talk about stay-batticals, modest sabbaticals, where you're getting out of the rhythm of your normal routine life, but you're getting to invest in things like a long weekend trip with one of your kids or volunteer.
I'll tell you this, for me, at least for me personally, getting out of my routine is the most stressful thing for me. Like having to, I can do a day or two where I'm not doing what I normally do. But once you hit day 3, I'm like, oh my God, I'm stressed because I have to and for me, I guess that's my OCD part because I'm like, I won't do. I don't know. I start getting off track. I start getting frustrated. I start getting annoyed. I like consistency.
Volunteering at a nonprofit nearby where there's not really a trade-off. It's just about swapping out your routine job for something else that's important to you in a different way.
Dona, we appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Like I said, I think that companies should offer incentives that they can afford. I don't like the idea of saying that, oh, all companies need to offer sabbaticals to their employees. All companies need to offer paid maternity and paid paternity leave, because if you have a company that's like a startup trying to grow and stuff like that, and they can't afford it. So now they have to make some decisions like, well, we have to be very careful who we hire, which is also semi-illegal. It's also semi-illegal. So it's tough, right? It is tough. The company that I work for, they offer sabbaticals. I think it's after like 5 years, they give you a paid sabbatical where they'll help you pay to go somewhere around the world. But I don't think it should be mandatory that all companies have to offer some type of sabbatical and stuff like that. Because if they also say, oh, you still have to keep getting paid. I'll do another one, right? What are the costs that the U.S. have to pay where other countries, like, does the United States have to supplement other countries for defense and all these other type of stuff because they're doing all these benefits that they can't really afford, and they're passing the cost onto their employers, their taxpayers. So let's say a company could hire 100 people, but because they need to, like, oh, well, if this happens, then we need to be able to pay this person for this for 6 months, and we need to be able. So now they're like, you know what, we can only afford 50 people and have much slower growth. While you can have a company who is like, all right, well, we are not going to, like, we're getting off the ground. We're going to try to grow really, really fast. We're going to say, we're going to offer this, that, and the other. We can't offer all these other cool benefits that these major companies are offering, but we're going to give you equity. And if this happens, sorry, like, nothing we can do about it. So, but they can grow really, really fast as opposed to what they might do in like 10, 15 years. They end up doing in like 3 years, you know? So I don't know. Those are the things that come to mind when I'm thinking about these quote unquote policies. I like suggestions. I like, if a company's able to do it, then great. But if they're not able to do it, then you shouldn't force them, because now you're going to bankrupt the company, or you're going to slow their growth dramatically. All right. But cool idea. I heard this quote one time, right, from Jim Rohn. Let me see if I can find it. It was not Jim Rohn, Jim Ron, I think his name was. Jim Ron vacation quote. He said, I find it fascinating that most people plan their vacations with better care than they do their lives. Perhaps that is because escape is easier than change.
What's this? Oh, it's only money.
Shout out to my guy, Magnetar. Appreciate it. I heard that double in my ear. I don't know why. Let me see. But yeah, so I found that quote very, very interesting, right? Because we'll spend the whole year planning for a vacation, for 2 weeks vacation. Wow, we kind of coast most of the year anyway, so I don't know. I do not know. Anyways, let me check the chat, and then we are going to get back to our next working segment. Let me see what we got going on here. Make sure I'm not muted again. Silly old me. Let me read up Magnetar's first. Magnetar says, last time I checked, Army offered civilian employees up to $50,000 for education to include spouses. They just make you jump through hoops to get it. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but that is awesome. That is awesome information. Did you guys heard the echo too? Why did I hear that echo? Let me see. Oh, I know why. Got to think about how to fix that. But if you like the echo, then it is what it is. All right. Let me see what else we got. So Mag says, I don't really understand the poll question. So the poll question was for my soldiers, my little soldiers that are walking across the screen, like your super chat was walking across the screen. Should they be on every scene, or should it only be when I'm on full screen? So throughout the show, let me check the status again. So three votes to keep them there. All right. So we're gonna leave them there. We are going to leave them there. All right. So that's what that poll message was. Not the actual soldiers in the army, but the soldiers that are walking across my screen. Those are the ones that we're referring to. Let me see what else we got. Says your soldiers will keep you accountable. I said, Robert says, I'm not doing any of that. Any of what? Any of the sabbatical traveling? You just did it didn't you just go out of the country last year? You were gone for like a month and stuff like that. You took a vacation for like a month, dancing over in Europe and stuff like that. So what?
Bruh.
I don't know what you're talking about. Junior says that's when companies get rid of employees and hire contractors only. While I was talking, I was like, you know what? They'll probably just go to 1099. Right? We got my guy Magnetar in the building. Hits me with the Sith. Coach Ralph.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Let's see. Cool echo. Keep that. All right. So you didn't hear the echo. Did you hear the echo, Magnetar? Because I heard it in my ear, but I didn't hear them in I don't know if you guys heard them. It says turn them into airmen, not soldiers. Oh my goodness. Do you know how hard it was just to get the soldiers? Because before I'm gonna tell you this, right? Before it was like I think it was homeless, and I'm like I can't use homeless, right? Now if we were on some other, if this was another niche, then I might use homeless, you know, or how they say the unhoused. But we're not Dusty. We're not Dusty. So I'm like, no, I can't do that. I cannot do that. All right. Let's see. Let's go. All right. Let's jump in. You guys are the worst. You guys are the worst. Okay. So, I have to do it again. I have to do it again.
The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
The last time. The last time. All right. Unmute. All right, just make sure I unmuted. So let's go ahead and see what's going to show. Let's go ahead and jump into another working segment. Let's go ahead and put up another 20.
Let's go! Let's go!
Apparently Nightbot is still walking across my screen, but it's all good. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and take a look at what Gemini found out for us. It's based on the code base you uploaded. I have analyzed your specific implementation to calculate your exact variable costs. Your app relies on a few distinct services to process audio. AWS S3 for storage, a super-based edge function to trigger Amazon Transcribe, and OpenAI GPT 3.5 turbo model for summarizing the transcript. Is 3.5 the best to use? Here's a breakdown of your unit economics per minute of audio processed. The variable. See, I see the sound wave. I see the sound. Let me guys show you another cool feature. Let me show you this feature too. Watch this. I'm telling you, I got things happening over here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm talking and you. Oops. I'm talking and you can see. Oh, where is that? See that? Drawing on my screen. I can draw on my screen now. Look at that. How do I clear it though? There you go. Look at that. I'm just saying. I got stuff for you. I got stuff for you guys. If I need to highlight something on the screen, boom. Right? Look at this. So anyways, I digress. Cool features, right? Cool features. So it says open it. The variable cost per minute, your super-based edge function, speech to text, uses Amazon Transcribe. Amazon Transcribe operates on a pay-as-you-go model and charges a flat rate of 0.024 per minute for standard batch transcription. So, okay. OpenAI GPT 3.5 Turbo and analysis start service Dart. You're using 3.5 Turbo to generate a title and a 2-sentence summary. It is about 0015 to 002 per 1,000 unit input. Output token is 002 per 1,000 token. Assuming an average speaking rate of 150 words per minute. 1 minute of speech analysis equals to roughly 200 tokens. Combined with your system prompt, the incurred cost is roughly 0.0038 per minute. Generating a short title and 2 sentence summary, approximately 70 output tokens adds about 0.0014. Total open AI cost per minute of audio is roughly 0.0005. All right. AWS S3, your Flutter sound implementation records in AAC format, which is very lightweight, roughly 1 megabyte per minute. S3 standard storage is per gig per month, and put request is 0.005 per 1,000 requests. This equates to less than 0.00003 per minute. Superbase beyond the $25 Pro plan, edge function invocation is $2 per 1 million invocations after a free 2 million free allowance. This adds a fraction of a penny per recording. Total estimated cost. Your variable cost is roughly 0.0246 or 2.5 cents per minute of recorded speech. Not bad, right? User scenarios and break-even points. To figure out how much to charge, let's look at what different types of users will cost you in server fees per month. The casual user, 30 minutes per month would cost about 75 cents, not bad. The active user, 2 hours per month would cost you about $3 per month. The power user, about $10 would cost 10 hours per month, costs you $15 per month, okay? Optimal pricing strategy. Since Amazon Transcribe makes 98% of your variable cost, power users represent a significant margin risk. If you charge $9.99 flat, a user who records for more than 400 minutes will cause you to lose money on their account. We are not going to fumble any bags, 0 bags fumbled, all right? To safely deploy this app to the app stores, consider the following structure. Cap subscription, $9.99 to $12.99 per month. Offer unlimited local analysis, like the pacing in words per minute calculation you built into the analysis service, but cap the cloud AI transcription at 120 to 150 minutes per month. How would that work? This guarantees your maximum variable cost per user is capped about $3.75, giving you a healthy gross margin. Tokens credit system, charge a base subscription of $49 per month, which includes 60 minutes of AI feedback and allows users to buy refill packs of minutes, for example, $4.99 for an additional 120 minutes. This ensures that heavy users are always paying for their own compute costs. That's a good point. That is a good point. As a quick optimization before launch, you might want to consider swapping Amazon Transcribe for DeepGram or Assembly AI in your edge function. DeepGram standard model, for instance, costs you 0.043 per minute, which will reduce your primary cost driver by over 80%. Sure, I'm sorry. All right. 80% and drastically lower your break-even point. What is DeepGram? Let's take a look at DeepGram. Let's take a look at DeepGram. DeepGram, download the report, benchmark your, okay, let me see. How would that work? Assembly AI, only pay for speech to text for 0.15 an hour. Pricing of DeepGram. Thought I saw, all right, there goes pricing. Pay as you go, $200 of credit. Access all endpoints in public model. Where do they have the pricing? Okay, pay as you go. Standard. Growth. Okay. So, I mean, it's something to consider. Not familiar with DeepGram yet, but we'll take a look at that. Who make? Let me see. Who make? San Francisco-based AI company. All right, that's cool. I was curious if it was Google since they were suggesting it. DGram standard model for instance costs, which would reduce your primary cost driver by over 80% and drastically lower your. You know what? That is definitely something to look into. So we could do. So look into DeepGram. All right. So we'll look into that as we build this app. If DeepGram is cheaper. Let's see. All right. Would it be better to use Supabase S3 storage with a 7-day retention policy? So a 3-day retention policy. 3-day retention policy and automatically deleting the file from S3 after the analysis is complete and switching to DeepGram instead of Amazon Transcribe. So let's see if we do this, what we would get. So implementing that architecture would be a massive upgrade across 3 major categories: unit economics, architecture, simplicity, and performance. Here's a breakdown of why this proposed shift is highly beneficial and exactly how it impacts your app. Cost margin: swapping from Transcribe to DeepGram is the highest impact change you can make for your profitability. The cost difference: Amazon Transcribe currently costs you 2 cents per minute. DeepGram standard Nova 2 model costs you, that is a lot cheaper. The impact immediately reduces your transcription API cost by 82%. Your baseline variable cost per user drops down from 2.5 cents per minute to less than half a cent. That's nice. This gives you a much wider margin and allows you to comfortably offer higher usage caps on your subscription tiers without risking losses from power users. Currently, a transcription service file uses the Minio package to manually push files to a separate S3 bucket if config use AWS S3 is true. By switching entirely to Supabase storage, you can remove the Minio dependency and separate the AWS and the separate AWS access keys. Supabase uses S3 under the hood anyways, but it wraps it in the same authentication and SDK that are already using your database and edge functions. Relying on Supabase storage allows you to use row-level security policies to ensure users can only upload to and read from their own designated folders, tightening your security posture effortlessly. Fair? Audio files, even compressed, will quickly bloat your storage costs if you keep every recording from every user forever. 3 days, if you delete the audio immediately after analysis, users won't be able to listen back to their recording on the analysis report page or hear the filler words or pacing issues you detected. A 3-day or even 7-day, you can do 7. Because speech prep is highly ephemeral, people care about the analysis right after they speak, but rarely listen to a practice run from 3 months ago. This provides a perfect, all right, I mean, you can, all right, I got you. All right, so a couple of things that we want to do. We do want to switch to, let me see, which is better, Assembly AI or DeepGram? Because I'm not familiar with I'm not familiar with either of them, but let's see which one would be better for us. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see. Choosing between assembly, AI, and DeepGram depends entirely on what you want to prioritize. We speak precisely, absolutely lowest latency and cost out of the box, text formatting, and bundled AI features. Here is how the two currently stack up against each other for speech analysis use case: speed and edge function reliability. Winner is DeepGram. When a user finishes recording a practice session, they expect to see their pacing and filler words immediately. It's heavily optimized for raw speed. Okay. DeepGram can transcribe audio up to 40 to 120 times faster than in real time. This means your smooth-based edge function will receive the transcript almost instantly, virtually eliminating the risk of function timeout. Nice. Very fast with DeepGram generally wins. Unit economics and margins. DeepGram wins that again. Text formatting and accuracy. For a coaching app, the visual presentation of the transcript matters. If the transcript looks like a giant unpunctuated block of text, it's hard for the user to read along. For your top priorities, maximizing profit margin and returning analysis reports to a user fast and as physically possible. Gotcha. If you want simplicity, simplify architecture by generating the transcript title all in one, an all-in-one call. That's a tough decision. That is a tough decision. We got to think about it. That's something we got to think about. But regardless, let me go to the pricing model that we found before we went down this rabbit hole. And let me see. Let me copy this. Consider the following structures. A base charge. So a base charge of I think $49 is a little cheap. But cap the cloud. I don't understand. Refill packs. What about if we say you have different levels and you can buy refill packs based on your level at a lower price? All right, so let's say, let's go back to the pricing. If we were to use this method of pricing, but we also have subscription tiers, we could make the refill pack more cost effective. The higher tier the customer has. Right? We could do that. The higher tier the customer has. And then for the free tier, we would want to offer them very limited access, but they would have to create an account. They could record and play back their audio, but without an account, they would have to create one in order to process their analysis. Please break down the best price point for the free tier and provide the subscription plans for paid tiers with their what do I call it? With their refill pack. right, so let's set that off, and we're gonna get what that is, and then we'll be able to put that into Android Studio to get these features built. And while we're doing that, I'm going to log into Google Android Development. Where is it? Google Play Console. And let's go to here. Should be signed in already. All right, let's go here. And where's the developer section? Android Developer Console. Over here. What? Okay. Let's go there. And let's go. Oh, look at that. We're doing good over here. All right, let's go to here. And where is the pricing? All right, set up your app pricing. Let's go over here. Inside Android Studio, your app is paid. Let's do. Where do you set up the pricing though? Subscription. Your app doesn't have any subscriptions yet. Create subscriptions and sell them in different ways. Configure auto-renewing subscriptions, prepaid plans with top-ups. Add offers to help acquire new subscribers or encourage existing subscribers to upgrade. Don't need to upload a new APK yet. Set pricing.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
I don't see where to actually set the price. Go here. I don't see where to set the price. Anyways, we'll figure that out after, but that is the goal. We want to be able to set the price, and then we'll take a look at what Gemini came up with, and we'll go from there. All right. So let me see if we have anything in the chat before we get to our next break time topic. Junior says that those are some pretty cool features. Let me show you this real quick. Let me go to, let's do this. And we go, look at that. Look at that. Pointing at Junior's chat message. Look, you know what? That's what I should have did when I was trying to highlight something. So now I know. Now I know. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right, let's jump in over to our next break time topic. Let's go over to here. And this one is about AI and their pesky, yes, their pesky data centers. Right there, Rod Brown. There goes your soldier. Let's go over to here. And we're going to go to. So let's take a look at this. This is about data centers costing people more money. What in the world is going on here?
This is a pretty stunning stat. Half of all of the new demand for electricity in the U.S. in the next 5 years is expected to be driven by data centers. These data centers are the backbone of AI technology. But in partnership with our stations across the country, we saw how they are dividing communities worried about higher utility bills.
This was the sound at Laura Evans' home in suburban Chicago last spring when backup generators kicked in at the data center 1,000 feet from her backyard.
And it never goes away.
Never goes away. Laura tells us the data center emits a droning hum 24/7, and it's not just the noise taking a toll. She says in the last year, her average electricity bill has spiked 23%.
And how do you budget when it's changing that much in 1 year?
You can't. And her electric company warned prices could rise even more, saying one reason why is increased electricity use from data centers and artificial intelligence. ABC News and our owned and affiliated stations spoke with communities across the country grappling with the rapid buildup of data centers to support the AI boom. An analysis from our data team found there are more than 3,000 data centers in the U.S. About 1,200 more are now under construction or soon to be built.
So I'll say this. I did not know that data centers have that. I always heard of a hum from data centers, but I never knew what it was. If that is the case, that is a bit annoying. That is a bit annoying. But there's many things that we get used to, like snoring, like crickets, or the lack thereof in Rod Brown's case, right? I'm just saying.
Built.
If you're using AI, ultimately a lot of the computation happening there, or at least the storage for that thing, is in a data center somewhere.
It's just a massive construction site.
A 2-hour drive from Laura's home, we visited the site of what will be one of the biggest data centers in the U.S. in the small town of Port Washington, Wisconsin. A $15 billion project backed by OpenAI and Oracle that's part of the White House's Stargate initiative. The campus sits on a plot of farmland bigger than 500 football fields and will eventually use about the same amount of electricity needed to keep the lights on in all the homes in Philadelphia.
They'd be putting power lines that are taller than apparently the Statue of Liberty.
Tom Utek is an artist who's lived on this land for 40 years. He showed us where the utility company is planning to build a massive power line on his property for the project.
They'll just take over your land.
Yeah, and we'll fight it to the end.
At a town hall this month, we...
So I'm going to say this, all right? This is an unpopular opinion, all right? So
I was gonna lie to you, but I had to tell the truth. I'm just being honest.
We really, really, really need to stop having this emotional connection to a piece of land, a piece of dirt, because at the end of the day, that's all that it is. What, like he said he's gonna fight it to the end. Well, they always win. It's not the movies where like, oh, I'm gonna save my plot of land and this and that. They're always gonna win. Now the question is, how much money are you gonna make? How much money are you gonna make from selling your land to the big bad wolves and buying something better, something more updated? You probably lived on there forever and it probably needs a whole remodel anyway. So I have no personal connection to a piece of land or anything like that. If it's like, hey, we're going to give you X amount of money for your property and we're going to help you move and all this type of stuff to a nicer place, I'm like, all right, cool, let's do it.
Saw how the data center is dividing the community.
We are not going to pay double the amount of our utility bills. Do you understand that?
These are good paying.
I agree that we should not be paying double the amount of our utility bills to fund AI data centers. They need to figure that part out. We should not be paying more in our utility bills because data centers are being built. So that I agree with.
Union jobs.
Mayor Ted Knightsky defends the project.
I also agree that it's bringing so many jobs, so many union jobs to plumbers, electricians, roofers, general contractors. What else is there?
Saying it will bring jobs and much needed tax revenue.
These are huge companies. Are you convinced that they will be willing to invest in this community?
They've been awesome. I mean, they have met every expectation we've given them.
In statements to ABC News, OpenAI and Oracle said they're committed to paying for the energy they use. And the data center operator insists residents and businesses in Port Washington will not see an increase in their electric bills due to the project.
Some proponents of this technology say this is the future. What do you say to that?
Build it somewhere else and just make sure it's done right, because this isn't right.
In a statement to...
I bet you this, though. She'll be complaining about her kids not having any job opportunities and stuff like that. Oh, there's no jobs. Oh, AI took away the jobs. Wow. I said, build it somewhere else. Cool. See, I'm with it. I'm with it though. Build it somewhere, cool. Now, when you're like, oh, affordability this, affordability that. Oh, our community is so depressed. Cool. See, people always want the company, the big bad companies, to have so much grace. Like, oh, you know, they're doing this and they're doing that, but then build it somewhere else.
So that was cute.
All right, bet. We'll build it somewhere else, and those other communities, they're gonna get all the jobs. Don't come. Then you're gonna be testifying before Congress. Oh my God, the big bad AI companies, they're taking jobs away from our communities and stuff like that. Well, you could have had plumbers, you could have had network engineers, you could have had cloud engineers. You didn't want them. You didn't want them though. You did not want them.
ABC News, the data center by Laura's house apologized to neighbors and said it's installed sound barriers. We also spoke with the utility and energy companies in Illinois and Wisconsin. They said they are taking steps to ensure those projects don't shift higher costs to customers. You can see much more of our report, Dataland USA, How AI is Changing Our Neighborhoods. That is tonight on ABC News Live Prime and Nightline. And guys, when we saw these sites, it really was hard to wrap your head around just the scale of it. 500 football fields, using enough electricity to power an entire city just in that one place.
This is such an eye-opener.
It's a huge thing when you think about just how quickly these are popping up right now.
Yeah.
Not a lot of regulation around this. These smaller towns are struggling to keep up, and it's a lot of times residents who are saying, what's happening to us?
Residents should not have to pay any of their energy bill shouldn't go up.
All of the neighbors we spoke to said, just don't put it on us.
Yeah. Elizabeth, this was awesome. Thank you so much.
Give the jobs to who want them. Give the jobs. All right, so these companies, they're giving you the opportunity to turn your barren cities into a new community, and you're like, nah. We want to continue working in the factory and in the coal mine and all that type of stuff. I'm pretty sure when the first high rise was being built, it was like, no, it's gonna be such an eyesore. It's gonna be so tall. All this type of stuff. And now, it just happens. It just happens. So it's all part of the growing pains of technology, of life. People are always going to find something to complain about because although they want more money, more vacation time, more whatever, they want things to stay exactly the way that they were. So they want 2026 pay, technology, and all this type of stuff, but they want the look and feel of the 1900s. All right, cool. You don't want to see it? Cool. We'll take it elsewhere. We will take it elsewhere, and now you'll come back complaining.
The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
Exactly. Anyways, let me go and check the chat and we will go from there. Rod Brown says, where is my soldier at? He was there. Soldier boy, tell him, beloved brother Rod Brown. And Megan says, I don't agree with stealing people's land. If it's his and he said no, then end of story. I disagree. I don't disagree with the part of not stealing people's land, but how did the Godfather say? Let me see if I can find a soundbite for that. Let me see if I can find a soundbite. Godfather soundbite. Offer can't refuse. See if I can find one of those. What? What happened? Hold up.
In a week. I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Make him an offer you can't refuse. One way or I say one way or another, he's going. All right. Magna says, but yet companies hate if government bullies them with bad laws. Let's be real. People want their cake and eat it too. Well, I always had a question about that phrase. why would you want your cake and not eat it? Like, do you just want to stare at it? Why would you want a cake but not have the opportunity to eat the cake? I want to. If I'm going to get a cake, I want to eat the cake, right? I'm just saying. What's the quote? What is the quote from that movie about eating the cake? What is the quote? What is the quote? Right? What is the quote? I mean, did she want the cake and had to eat it? She ate the cake, right? I'm just saying. Let me go ahead and download this soundbite because this one is pretty damn cool. Get that one right there. Documents. Yes. Sound effects. And let me go and add that one to my stream deck. Let's put it on this one. We're gonna do. Hey, look, I do it in real time, all right? I do it in real time, okay? So please forgive me. Please forgive me. Let's go to. Let's take that one. Copy. Oops. Boom.
In a week. I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
All right. So let me continue with the chat. It says, Is it me? Yes, make me a great offer. Make him a great offer. Make him an offer that he can't refuse. It says, in other words, people are selfish and don't want to be told about it. Everybody, Magnetar, I'm telling you this, right? I'm going to tell you this. Every single person you see walking the face of this earth is selfish. Every single person you see walking the face of this earth is selfish. Now, there's varying degrees of how selfish they are, right? But every single person is selfish, all right? Remember that. Junior says, the madness people say, but it to rest. What? I missed that one. Junior must be on his iPad or his phone because I did not understand that one. The madness people say, I put it. Help me out, Junior. Help me out. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the last segment for today, our last working segment, our last segment of the day, right? So let me go ahead and put this back up. And 20 minutes.
It's time to do.
All right, so let's go back over to our Gemini. It says, here's a structured pricing model that blends a recurring SaaS subscription with a token-based refill. This structure protects your margins while incentivizing users to upgrade to higher tiers for better unit economics. The guest experience, no account free. What they get, the ability to use the app as a local voice memo tool. They can record audio, view the live waveform, and play it back. The catch, the analyze speech button is locked. When tapped, it prompts them to create an account to unlock AI feedback. Your cost is $0. API calls are made. The starter tier, price $0. What they get, unlimited local recording and playback plus 15 minutes of free AI analysis. The strategy, 15 minutes is enough for them to process 3 to 5 short practice runs. They get the experience, the aha moment of seeing their crutch words and clarity score. Once they hit the 15-minute cap, the analysis button locks, prompting an upgrade. Your cost, roughly 10 to 15 cents per active user per month, assuming DeepGram and OpenAI, or DeepGram plus OpenAI. The speaker tier, casual, they get 60 minutes of AI analysis. That's pretty good for $4.99. Refill pack $4.99 for additional. Why if? So what I'm thinking about, right? If it's 60 minutes for $4.99, I guess in the $4.99 is taking into account all of the other costs. Refill pack $4.99 for an additional 120 minutes. This targets the casual user prepping for a specific meeting or interview. It establishes a baseline recurring revenue. The refill pack is priced about 0.4 cents per minute. On the subscription, on the base subscription, you make roughly $4.40 of profit. On the refill pack, you make about $3.80. Yes, yeah. Oops. The presenter tier, they get 3 hours of AI analysis. So 1 hour, 3 hours, and refill pack for $4.99, they get 240 minutes. Let's see. So you get $8 off the. All right. So this for heavy users, content creators, or professionals who practice frequently by offering a significantly better refill rate, roughly 0.2 cents per minute. You heavily incentivize power users to subscribe to this $9.99 tier rather than staying on the $4.99 tier and buying multiple expensive refills. You make $8.20 profit on a refill pack. You make roughly $2.60. Makes sense. Even at discount refill rate, you are operating at over 50% gross margin on compute costs. How to implement the refill logic. To make this work seamlessly in your Flutter, you need to build a complex billing engine from scratch. Use RevenueCat to integrate RevenueCat to handle App Store and Google Play Store subscriptions. Database tracking. Add minutes remaining integer count in your Superbase user columns. Edge function deduction. Modify. Sure. So all right. Modify Superbase edge function so that before it calls DeepGram or OpenAI, it checks the user's minutes remaining. If the audio file duration is longer than their remaining balance, it returns an error prompting them to refill. All right, I think we're good with that. I like it. I like it. What do you guys think about this pricing model? Let me see what RevenueCat is. All right, let's say revenue. What do you think about the pricing model though? So we would have the guest account where they can record, get voice memos and stuff. They can see the wavelength, they can play it back. But if they want to get an analysis of, like they have 15 free minutes, they'd have to sign up an account, right? And we'll set up OAuth to work as well. And then they have $4.99 for 60 minutes. And if they want an additional 120, another $4.99. So they can keep their costs low. And then $9.99 for 3 hours. So at double the price, you get an additional 2 hours, which is pretty good. And then you get an additional 4 hours for a refill pack, so this deal is a lot better. And we're still at over 50% price margin. All right, so let's take a look at this RevenueCat. RevenueCat, trusted by 50,000 apps, pricing plans. Build for free. Access everywhere. RevenueCat features from day one. Start for free and then pay for what you use. Only in months you earn over $2,500. That is pretty good. So if you earn over $2,500, then you pay for what you use, which is 1%. So if you make $2,500 in a month, then you'd pay $2.50. Not bad. Not bad at all. So guess we need to sign up for an account. How'd you hear about us? AI tool. All right, I have to create an account. All right, so let's do this. Let me go and copy. We were supposed to choose our icons today, but guess what? The money is way more important than the icon. All right, so let's go to, all right, I'm going to add give me a prompt to implement the pricing and the pricing structure. The pricing structure, the database changes, and RevenueCat into Kilo code using Gemini API. Gemini as my API key to implement these features. You can write it as an architecture plan, and I will put it in Android Studio. Okay, so Revenue Cat, I'm gonna have to create an account for that. Create the account real quick. Okay. Signing up for, look at that. So, all right, signing up for Revenue Cat. Add a credit card. Let me see what we got going on here. Okay. So I'm signing up for Revenue Cat in the background. Let me see. Okay. And right. Let's save. All right. Let me go and confirm my email. Let's see. All right, it is confirmed. Let me see. So now we're setting up Revenue Cat. First time doing this. Don't know. I don't know. You know how we are over here. I'm gonna have to move this on the. Give me a second. On the, our timer is blocked off on our vertical view. Let's go to. There we go. When we have the other one, I'll move it at that point. All right, cool. So look at that. Let's see. All right, company. What's your company / app name? Productivity tools. I guess this would be productivity. Best describes. I'm building a brand new app with in-app purchases. Like I'm building it and I'm adding in-app purchases. I guess we're doing this. What's your role? Developer, solo on a team. AI-powered developer. What platform are you building for? What platform we would say Flutter. Flutter. What's your company name or app? I'd say Speak Precisely. Submit. All right, so let's get Speaker Precisely ready. Set up your product to start selling. We suggest a few based on our data, but you can change them. Entitlement name. Let's go to dashboard. All right, so that's that. We'll have to investigate this a little bit more, maybe next week. Ad revenue. All right, so we'll figure this part out, but we do need to get this thing. All right, so up and running. How much time we have left? 8 minutes. All right. So here is a comprehensive architecture plan to prompt you can copy directly into Kilo Code or Gemini inside Android Studio. To generate the code for this implementation, copy and paste everything below. As you're an expert Flutter developer and cloud architect, I need a credit-based subscription system using Revenue Cat and Supabase for my Flutter speech coaching app, Speak Precisely. Currently, the app records audio locally, uploads to Supabase storage. I'm also gonna say look through the code and make sure everything that I've provided you matches. So let's copy this. So basically we're implementing a hybrid SaaS model with 4 tiers and consumable refill. Guest unauthenticated, all that. Tier 1 authenticated free. Presenter. All right, so let's go ahead and jump over into our code over here. Let's do kilo code. And we're gonna say architect. What are our Gemini options? There's probably a newer version of kilo code available too. Let me see what we have. Plugins. Yup, I knew it. Kilo code. What do they have that's new? What's new? Added these things. It doesn't seem like they have the latest. Oh, prevent sending thinking level to unsupported Gemini models. Okay, fair enough. But it doesn't look like they have the newer version of Gemini. I'm not entirely sure. I wonder if it's gonna need a restart. Installed. All right, I guess not. All right, so it's reinstalling kilo code now. Ah, we need to restart the whole thing. Okay, let's restart it. I'm doing that. What would happen if I was to take the border off the logo? Just curious. I'm always messing with stuff, so please forgive me. Okay, I like that. Let me go ahead and add another border on. The way that I got these lower thirds working, crazy, I tell you. Gotta be the best lower thirds that money could and couldn't buy. Let me see. Border. Let's go with that. Nice. Nice. Oh, wait a second. What did I come back for? I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and put that in there. Please double check the code base to make sure all that is written is accurate to the code. Let's do that. All right, so I'm setting that off. Oh, unknown API error. What the heck? API key expired. Huh, okay. Let me find a... all right, hold on. I thought I had updated that. Let me see if I have an updated API key. Okay, go over here. Let's update this. Where do I update it to? Where? All right, let's go here. Save. Let's see if that works. Let's see if that works. Can I stop it? Cancel? Try to do it again. Copy. New task. All right, let's try that again. See if that works. Sure, because it worked. Probably used a different software the other day. I thought it was gonna transport it through. All right, we're good. We are good. Sweet. Nice. Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
No. What's going on here? Read line was closed. Okay, I think it's okay. I don't know what's really going on over there. Maybe it's something with their updates that they made. Whatever. So after that, we need to. Very long. After that, we need to. After that, we need to see how we're going to set up the pricing and revenue cat. All right, so I've analyzed the project structure and have a plan to implement the credit-based subscription system. Database, create a profiles table and Superbase to track subscription tiers and minutes. We already have that though, don't we? Dependencies, add purchase Flutter, service, create billings service to handle revenue cat interactions, UI updates, recording page, auth, update, auth service. I noticed I couldn't read the recording dart directly, but I can infer the necessary changes. Are you ready? Can you check the Superbase tables, because we should already have a profiles table there. Let me go Superbase. Let's go to dashboard. And let's go to here, table, profiles. Yeah, look at that. So we have a profiles. Let's go to, we have a profiles table already with all that information. And I guess they won't be using Stripe because we're doing it on mobile. I don't know. We'll figure that out. So let's go. All right, so let's go back over here. Since we already have a profiles table. With some. All right, sending that off, and then we'll review next time what we get. We'll review next time, but that's what we're gonna pick up. So the goal for next time is to finish implementing and testing the pricing structure for the app, and then we can get into all the cosmetics of the icon and all that good stuff. Still have the ones that we looked at a couple of weeks ago. Or last week, and we'll go from there. Let me see. All right, cool. I just told it to go and implement the code, so we'll go from there. All right. Well, that's it. That's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me before I wrap it up, let me mess with this stuff a little bit more. If we go here, and it's messing with the styling and stuff like that. If I say for logo, for the logo, no border, and then for the other one, we do a 5 border. We apply. Nice. Oh, I like that. I like that. Look at that. So I'm going to update those for all my lower thirds so that they can, every day, incremental improvement. All right. So let me check the chat. Then I'm going to final words, final messages, and we're going to get out of here. Right. So Let's see. Junior says that he is on his iPhone. It says, I bought the cake to eat it too.
We the best.
That's what I thought. I thought that's why we bought the cake, right? Let's see. It says pricing sounds pretty good. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to see how that goes. But 99% of this is like learning experience, because I'll tell you this, everything that I have learned in the past, it has come back around and I've been able to use it to grow and to win. So, Junior says, great show as usual. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
We got to read sign language. Oh my God. I mean, to be fair, you never know what we're gonna learn on this show. You know, you never know. You got sign language today, so and not the shame, insults need to be right, and whatever, right? Whatever the what's G? I don't know. Whatever. I forgot the acronym, right? Anyways, tomorrow, like I said, we're going to have our candid conversation. We're going to be talking about if AI is going to be wiping out all these jobs in the next 6 to 18 months. Why are we even bothering? And I'm going to have a special look-see to say, hey, why are all these companies who are developing AI still hiring people? We're going to look at that, all right? Back live again on Tuesday night. We're going to do what we do. We're going to do what we do, all that good stuff. Do me a favor on your way out, like, share, subscribe. Shout out again to MML Tech for giving me my beautiful chat companions. We had so much fun using it, so I'm excited. Let me check the chat. Let me check the poll one last time. So the poll said that 80% said no rest for the weary, keep the soldiers working, and 1% or 20% said that we should have it on full screen only. So if I get negative feedback about it, then we will revert. But for now, chat soldiers lives matter. All right. So ending that poll. Let me see. Was there anything over on this side? No. All right, cool. So ending that. But that's it for today. That is it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like, share, subscribe, TickleTrap.dev. Get access to everything that I'm doing. For anyone in the Patreon, you'll get access to the Tech Barbarians coaching portal once we release that. You'll get access to this app once we release that. You already have access to Resume Flow. You have access to the Scrum Nights. You have access to our Vibe Code and Chills. Whatever I build, it's for you. Whatever I build, it is for you because I want to see you win and grow. But until next time, everybody. Tickle Trough, we are out.
One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
Why do you have to talk to me like that all the time, man?
In a week. I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
They think the machine never break. Sometimes the battery hit red. I ain't stopping, I'm just rebooting. Why the bounce back? Go! Eyes heavy like I'm lifting weight with my eyelid. Brain foggy, feeling like I'm stranded on an island. Coffee pot empty and the energy is silent. Fighting with the demons in my head, getting violent. Staring at the screen, but the progress isn't moving. Spinning on the wheels, tell me what am I proving? Body aching, bad breaking, losing all the grooving. Every single step feels like I'm just losing. Working 24, but the needle barely nudging. Feel like I'm a hammer, but the wall isn't budging. Burn on creepy, yeah, the shadow is a trudging. Doubters on the sideline, yeah, they always judging. Is it worth the stress? Is it worth the hypertension? Did I make the turn? Did I lose the dimension? Need a little break, need a little intervention before I crash out and I lose the retention. Man, I'm feeling fried, sucker to your sizzling. Vision getting blurry and the rain start drizzling. Hustle feeling heavy, motivation and fizzling. Waiting for the steak, but I don't hear the sizzling. But I can't quit, now I can't to the flag. Even when I'm dragging and I'm feeling like a rag. Got too many gold packed inside the bag. Gotta push through even when I hit the lag. Just need a minute, just need to close the blinds. Disconnect the server, disconnect the lines. Lay the head down, let the body unwind. So I can wake up and get back on the grind. I'm burned out, but I ain't bowed out. No, just need a nap, then I'm back on the route. Hold the high for a second, shut the world out. Wake up a beat, scream and shout. I can let them see me lose, I can give them that. They waiting on the crumble, waiting on the splat. My job is too big, yeah, I'm taking it back. Just a power nap, then I'm back on attack. They sit in the stands with a popcorn ready. Praying at my knees, but hoping I ain't steady. Wanna see the downfall, wanna see it messy. Wanna see me crash like a stolen Chevy. I see the side eyes, hear the whispers in the dark. Waiting for the flame to extinguish the spark. They wanna see the dog loot a bite in the bark. But I'm a gray white swimming like a shark. If I quit now, man, they win the whole game. If I slow down, they gon' tarnish the name. Gotta feed the fire, gotta feed the flame. Satisfaction that they seek is a damn shame. I ain't gon' give it to them, never gon' fold. Story of my fair is a story never told. My desire to win is worth my goal. Bigger than the hate that they tryna hold. So I take a rest, yeah, I hit the pillow hard. Reboot the system, put the ace front of car. Keep the haters locked out, stand in the yard. While I recharge the battery and lower down the guard. Just for an hour, let the new runs reset. Wake up cleaner than I ever been yet. Ready for the war, ready for the threat. Gonna make them pay every single little debt. They want me to crumble, they want me to crack. But I bounce back like a rubber on the track. Sleep is the weapon, get the mind intact. Then I hit the gas, never looking back. I'm burned out, but I ain't bowed out. No, just need a nap, then I'm back on the route. Close the eyes for a second, show the world out. Wake up a beat, scream and shout. I can let them see me lose, I can give them that. They waiting on the crumble, waiting on the splat. My drive is too big, yeah, I'm taking it back. Just a power nap, then I'm back on attack. Okay, I'm up now, wipe the crust eye. Looking in the mirror, no more disguise. Demon on my shoulder, yeah, he finally died. Energy is peaking, reaching for the sky. Thought I was dumb and you must be crazy. Thought the burnout meant that I was getting lazy. Vision was blurry, now it ain't hazy. Pushing up Daisy, now I'm pushing Mercedes. Work didn't change, but the mind stay with flip. Got a new Mac and I put in a clip. Haters looking sick, yeah, they starting to trip. Watching me and sin while they sinking in the ship. Progress was slow, now I'm moving like speed. Planting whole forest when I planted the seed. Satisfy the want, satisfy the need. Made the competition turn around and bleed. I do this for the win, I don't do it for the likes. Coming up the mountain while you riding on trikes. Heading for the top, yeah, I'm planning the strikes. Running up the score, yeah, I'm racking up strikes. Turning the engine, failure's not an option. Turning every obstacle into adoption of a new method, yeah, I'm swapping in, I'm copping. Only thinking is the records that I'm popping. Burner was a lie, it was just a little test. Put a head down, got a little bit of rest. Now I'm back stronger, pounding on the chest. Put me to the trial and I asked the question. Yeah, I'm wide awake now. You shouldn't have blinked. I can let them see me lose. My drive is bigger, be a head, be bigger than a hate. Back, better work, 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 better work. Let's get it. Okay.